Attention, go. Once again, it is Penn, first freshman, furthest from the camera, Columbia, Princeton, and Penn, second freshman, nearest to the camera. Right now, the second freshman from Penn starting to fade a little bit as Columbia and Princeton are going out together off of this start. Getting a little wake thrown over our windshield right now as we go by the coaches' contingent, so we're just going to have to fall back a little bit until we get next to the Strawberry Mansion Bridge. So calling it from behind, it looks like Columbia is actually out to a pretty strong start. They may be up 2 or 3 seats on Princeton. Penn, Frosh in the yellow M-Pocker are about a half length down on Columbia. So I would call it Columbia right now 2 seats over Princeton, with Princeton on the move here 400 meters into this race. Princeton is taking a very strong move, taking back a few seats as we go into 500 meters down in a time of 1:15. Again, this is a course with a turn, so we will see the stagger from the start adjusted as we come through the Strawberry Mansion Bridge. The Penn 2F is well back of their first frosh. Right now it looks like Princeton has had a reversal, going from a few seats down to about a half length up. Now as we go, as you see the buoys, as the guys go through the buoys, they're entering the turn, which will be about 3 strokes on the rudder for the coxswains. As we come out the other side of the Strawberry Mansion Bridge, it is Princeton 2/3 of a length over Columbia, Columbia a full length over Penn. Columbia on a bit of a press now, trying to get back on terms with Princeton. As we go by the canoe club, former canoe club, it is still Princeton by 3/4 of a length over Columbia, responding to the Columbia move. Princeton coxswain has Columbia's bow ball. Columbia has moved up to a length and a half a length of open water over Penn. So we go through the 1,000 in a time of 2:42. It is Princeton trying to break open. Columbia trying to stay with Princeton, keeping deck overlap. Princeton is slightly overstroking the more conservative Columbia crew, maintaining that deck overlap as we come into 7:50 to go. They have stayed pretty much at this deck overlap for the last 400 meters, with Penn slowly fading off the race pace. Still Princeton by just shy of a full length at 6:50 to go, going by those white steps at 6:50. Princeton by deck overlap over Columbia, Columbia by 2.5 lengths over Penn in this first freshman 8 race. We're coming into 500 meters to go. It is Princeton in a time of 4:06. Princeton guys starting to take the cadence up and employing the shouting strategy that we saw from the 3V that worked so well. Going under the number card to the lane markers at 4:25 to go. It is Princeton just breaking open water from Columbia. Columbia is going to need to respond to take that cadence up if they want to stay in contact with Princeton in this final 500. And they're doing just that. Columbia is starting to raise the cadence, getting on a press, but it might be too little too late to catch the Princeton Tigers. Columbia is still 3 lengths over Penn. Princeton about 2 seats open water over Columbia with 2:50 to go in this first Frosh 8 race. coming into the final 100 meters. It will be Princeton, a length and a half over Columbia. Columbia 3 lengths over Penn in this freshman 8 race of the Child's Cup. A very fast time so far.